What is a birth chart?
A birth chart, also known as a natal chart, is basically a map of where all the planets were in their journey around the sun at the exact moment you were born. It's kind of like a cosmic snapshot of the sky when you took your first breath. In astrology, this chart is used to give insights into your personality, your strengths and challenges, and even the timing of certain events in your life. It includes details about which zodiac signs and which houses each planet was in at your time of birth. And from that, astrologers can create a pretty detailed interpretation of what makes you, well, you.
Why is it important to know your natal chart?
Well, a lot of people find knowing their natal chart super malleable because it's kind of like getting a deeper user manual for yourself. It gives you insights into your personality, your strengths, the areas where you might face challenges, and the kind of life themes that might keep popping up for you. It's important because it can help with self awareness. When you understand your chart, you often understand your motivations, your emotional needs, and even your relationship patterns a lot better. It's like having a roadmap that can guide you through life decisions, career choices, and personal growth. And for some, it's just a fun and enlightening way to connect with themselves on a deeper level. So it can be a really handy tool for self discovery and personal development.
What aspects in a person's natal chart helps them decide what career choice or money goals to focus on?
Absolutely. When it comes to career and money goals in a natal chart, astrologers tend to look at a few key areas. One big one is the midheaven, which is the cusp of the 10th house. That's often considered the point that represents your career, public image, and the kind of legacy you want to leave. The sign on your midheaven and any planets near it can give a lot of clues about the careers that might suit you. And there's the second house, which is all about personal finances, material possessions, and how you approach earning money. The sign on your second house and any planets there can show your attitude towards wealth and the kinds of things that motivate you to build security. You'd also look at the sixth house, which is related to your day-to-day work, routines, and how you function in a working environment. And of course, the ruling planet of your midheaven, or any aspects to your sun, which is your core identity, or your Mars, which is your drive and ambition, can give more insight. In a nutshell, these different aspects of your chart work together to paint a picture of the career paths that might feel most aligned and the ways you can best approach your financial goals.
Which aspect in your natal chart should I focus on when it comes to career?
Yeah, definitely. So if you're looking specifically at career, your midheaven, also known as your MC in the big star of the show, it's at the top of your chart and it really represents your career direction, your public reputation, and the kind of professional path that might feel most fulfilling. So the sign on your midheaven and any planets around it are definitely worth focusing on. Also, your 10th house as a whole is important because that entire house is about career and achievements. And you might want to take a peek at your sixth house too, which is more about your daily work environment and how you operate on a day-to-day basis. So if you're really zeroing in on career, start with the midheaven and the 10th house. That's where you'll get the clearest picture.
What else is the midheaven considered to be?
The midheaven is also sometimes considered your public face or your highest aspirations in life. It's kind of the point that shows how you're seen in the eyes of the world. So not just your career, but your overall public image, reputation, and the kind of legacy you might leave behind. In a way, you can think of it as like the top of a personal mountain. It's what you're striving toward in terms of your public or professional life. And sometimes people even see it as like a kind of calling or life direction that's visible to the world. So it's definitely a pretty important point in your chart.
Is this also considered to be your rising or ascending sign?
That's a great question. So actually, the midheaven and the rising or ascendant sign are two different things. The rising sign or ascendant is the sign that was on the eastern horizon at the exact moment of your birth. It's basically the mask you wear or how you present yourself to the world on a more personal level, especially when people first meet you. The midheaven, on the other hand, is at the top of your chart and it's more about your career and public image, as we mentioned. So while the ascendant is how you come across in everyday interactions, the midheaven is more about your professional goals and how the world sees you in the long run. And sure, they're both really important angles in your birth chart, but they serve different roles.